Let's create a stunning WordPress website together from scratch using AI. We're gonna start with this tool called ZipWP, and you're gonna see that we can create a website in just a few seconds, but then you want to customize this website, you want to take advantage of the website, put your own image, your text, and so on. So we're gonna learn to use WordPress. At least you're gonna learn the basics of WordPress, how to manage your website, how to modify the different pages you have, how to add more pages, and so on and so forth. And at the end of the video, we're gonna circle back to AI, what you can do with AI about generating content, about having an assistant within WordPress. I'm gonna show you many tips, so stick around until the end of the video. And of course, if you want to just jump into the AI part of the video, well, it's basically the beginning of the video and more toward the end of the video. But don't forget that you have the chapters, so if you want to just jump around using the chapters in the description of the video, feel free to do that. The idea here is to use as much AI as possible, as humanly possible in 2024. So we're gonna see what type of tools we have, what kind of shortcuts we can take, and how we can speedrun the creation of a WordPress website. The fun part is, of course, that you're gonna have 80% of the job done around the first minutes of the video, but then you have to learn WordPress itself, and also you want to learn how to supercharge your project within WordPress. So I'm gonna show you some tools and some tactics that you can use, implement, or things you can do with AI basically in WordPress. So let's start with ZipWP. This is a free tool you can use to create a website. You also have a pro version, but you probably don't need the pro version here if you just follow along with this tutorial and you create your own website. Just stick with the free version. If you are a professional, a freelancer, an agency, you may want to check out the pro version. So let's create a free account together for Zip. And with Zip, you're gonna create a website within 60 seconds, just using some prompts and some very useful information you can give to the AI, like what is the name of your business, what you want to do, what are your socials, and many more informations. I click on sign up for free. Then I let you create an account yourself. As for me, I'm just gonna log in into the account I already have. So now we can go on the left here, you can click on all site or just select here, create new. And don't select a blank website because it's just a website that you create from scratch in WordPress. But here we want to use AI, so click on complete website. From here, you will have an onboarding process to create the website. Let's do it together. And again, you're gonna see that we're gonna do 80% of the job here and now. So I want to create a restaurant, but you can create whatever you want. Just keep in mind that we are working on a brochure website, a very simple website. So it's not really for a listing website, an e-commerce website, or other type or more sophisticated websites. This website will be in English. I want to select French, but I'm not talking in French here. So let's click on continue. So the name of my business is gonna be Fast Good Kitchen. All right, click on continue. Then you have the main prompt here that's gonna output the website you want. So you can give as much details as possible, as much features as possible to characterize your website and what you want exactly from this software. So I have a prompt here. You can use the feature just beneath, right, using AI. So if you're just a little lazy like me, just click here because you already told him that you want a restaurant website and the name is Fast Good Kitchen. So you probably have a restaurant with some sort of food, type of food. This would be part of your prompt here, but I don't think you can use right using AI most of the time. It's just for me, for the tutorial. You can at least tell the software that you are a fast food website or an Italian food restaurant or French food or maybe something else. So I have my prompt here and now I can click on continue. Now the software gonna present you with some images. So of course, these are filler images. It means that it's just a draft that you're creating now because the software cannot have the definitive images for your business, of course. So I think these images are fine for me because I want to work on a fast food. So I need burgers and this is completely okay for me. So you can use the different tags here if you want to sort out the images and find more different images. I think these are coming from Pixels, and I'm just gonna click on continue. So Pixels being a search engine for images You can also find images by yourself. We're gonna talk about that later. Then you can fill all the different fields here with your information. So email address, phone number, address, and you can also add your social media if you have some. All right, so I put fake social medias. So I hope it makes sense to you. I have no idea what I'm doing because I don't live in Texas. I live in France, so phone number doesn't look like yours. Same for address, so I hope it makes sense for you. I click on continue. Then you're gonna have some structure, some layout that are being presented to you, and you can pick the one you want. So I want to pick maybe the first one or below. Okay, let's select this one, mountain, and click on continue. So you can review all the different details and just click on start building. So it should take around 1 minute, maybe a little less or a little more. Woohoo! Your website is ready. So let's have a look together on your new WordPress website. So it took around 1 minute, and this is not the definitive website. Of course, this is a draft. So you can keep like 70-80% of the job, but then we're gonna put your text, your images, and learn how to add new pages if you want more content on your website. And we're gonna agree that this website is already better than 90% of the websites you can see out there. So I think it's a great tool to start with. Let's check the URL. So you just need to select OK here because it's not a hosting. We need a hosting platform later, and we're gonna do that together. So this is a place where you land your website and you'll make your website available around the clock 24/7. So this is a hosting. You need domain name and a hosting, but let's check the website first. Submit, and here we are. So okay, this is a really great draft. I mean, this is just better than most restaurant website, honestly. And I know it looks pretty simple, and it is, but we have a nice web designs, nothing crazy here. Maybe I would want more space here, but it's not mandatory. And we can check other pages. So this is your website, and you can see that you have text that has been generated by GPT 3.5 to the best of my knowledge. And you have nice pictures, you have nice content. So this is all made from blocks. So if you don't know what blocks is, don't worry. We're gonna see together how you can modify your website and how blocks works. But just for people who know about WordPress, this is all made from Astra theme and blocks using Spectra plugin. This is a pretty nice website. Let's check the last page, contact us. This is all free tools, of course. Everything is completely free. The only thing you're gonna need to pay if you want your website to be available 24/7 is a hosting platform, because the resources you need to put your website somewhere so that people can go to your website. This is not free, but it's really cheap. And then everything we're going to use in this video, in this course, is completely free, starting with Zip. So this is your website. This is your free website using AI. So if you like what you see, even for the text, you can keep everything. You can keep the images. I would doubt you would do that, but you can keep the images, you can keep the text, you can keep everything. So let's copy the username and the password, because it's going to be very useful later down the road. So you can copy and paste somewhere into a notepad or something for yourself, username and password. Now I can just close this window. So your website is here, all sites. You have the website and it's gonna expire in a few hours. So we need to move this website to a hosting platform. That's what we're going to do now. And I'm gonna use a hosting platform called Hostinger. It's really both cheap and really good, strong, performant and secure hosting platform that I really enjoy using. So I put all my website in Hostinger right now. So let's go and host your website for real. Once we're done with the migration, we can learn how WordPress works and learn how to modify your website. So let's log into your website. You can just click on here and you will be redirected within your website. This is where you will spend all your time to modify everything, to learn WordPress, how it works, and to manage your website. But for now, let's go straight to plugins, and I'm gonna explain further later. Just click on plugins and click on add new plugin, and we're gonna add a plugin. So a plugin is essentially like an app on your phone. It's just to have more features. So here I want to have the a migration features to move your website. So let's search for all-in-one migration. Fine, we have the plugin here, so let's click on install and activate. Now we have a new untry below here, all-in-one WP migration. So click on export and export to file. Okay, so you can download the file. This is the moment where you need the hosting platform, so let's go to Hostinger together. You can check the link into the description of the video. As always, it's probably best to assume that it's affiliate links. It's not always the case, but most of the time it is. So you have the link for the ZipWP platform as well as the hosting platform Hostinger. So now let's go on WordPress. And let's select a plan together. So the cheapest one is really all that we need. So you can click on add to cart. Then this is your choice about the period. So you can have 12 months, 24 months, and of course, the longer period, the cheapest it is. So now I'm gonna just follow the process. So I'm gonna create an account, I'm gonna select the payment, and I think we can just meet on the other side. Okay, so now we can finish with the onboarding process. So let's go start now. You can just click on skip and you create a new website. So don't select migrate because you don't need the tools they are giving you. This is not related to what we're doing now. So create a new website, or you can even click on skip, I think, but you can just select this and yes, that's perfect. So now we can create a WordPress website. This is the real WordPress website where you want your website to be. And then we're gonna migrate our work from ZipWP onto here. So I was about to select French, but nope, still in English. So this is the email, great. And then the password here is not very important because you're gonna delete this password and you're gonna replace it with the old one, the one that we've copied together. So just put some random password here. So you can click on continue. You want to skip all these plugins, and also you can skip also this template part. Besides, it's not really about templates. So then what you want to do is claim a free domain. So if you take at least 1 year, you will have a free domain included. So if you have a free domain, well, select one. If you want to buy a domain from here, you can do so. So I'm gonna claim a free domain. Let's check for wpaitutorial.net or rather .com. Search. This is available. Okay, so let's click on continue. I'm gonna select this domain, so it's gonna be mine. So here you can just give it your details. I'm gonna stick with personal because I just want to go faster, but you can select company if you have one, etc. So just click on next step and then the contact details. Okay, now he's registering my domain. And to finish the setup, you just need to select the server locations. So you want to have the server of your website the closest possible from your visitors, from 80% of your visitors. So I'm gonna leave this by default North America, but you can just click here on change and make some change if you need. For me, for instance, in France, it would be in Europe or Paris. Finish setup. Okay, now he's doing all the heavy lifting for us. Fine, so now we have access to our real website as well as the control panel. So the control panel is just the panel, the dashboard you have from Hostinger to manage your website. In case you need anything, let's say, for instance, you need backups, you have backups within the control panel. You have also some more technical advanced stuff. And you can do many things from the control panel. So we're gonna not spend so much time in the control panel, and most of our time is gonna be in WordPress. But you can dive into the control panel later to find all the different features you have. So if I click on Manage Site from the control panel, you will see how it looks like. So this is your default control panel from Hostinger, and you can manage many things. So you can just click here on Website. You will have all your different websites. So if you want to host more websites within the same plan, you can have multiple websites as long as you are below the resources and you don't consume everything. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4 websites. And once you start to have more traffic, usually it means that one of your website will consume most of the resources and you will need to go up and pay for a higher plan. But for now, we're gonna stick with just one website. So you can, from here, from the listing websites, click on admin panel, which is gonna auto login you into your WordPress website. So it's very easy way to go into WordPress and to log into your WordPress website. And you can click on manage, which is where we were just before a few seconds ago. And from here, you can do many things that are very, very useful. And you can dive into the different menus. The one that is really important is email here. From this place, you can create an email, a professional email with your domain name. So if you want to have, let's say, contact@yourdomainname.com, you can create such an email address from here, from email. So you can just select here, set up free email service setup, select domain, confirm. Then you have the free tier that we're gonna select. All right, and from this place, this is the first time that you can create a new email account. So you can just create one, put a password, and once it's done, you can select this URL, access webmail, which is the place where you need to log in with the credentials you just created to log in to your professional inbox. Okay, so we were into the emails tab. So if we go back to websites, just need to show you a few very important things to consider when you have a WordPress website. You are on your own, so you need to manage the website, you need to take care of it, you need to clean it from time to time. So something very important to do that I want to show you now, because it's going to be better for you in the long run, even though it's quite technical, but you can do it just in a click of a button. So it's very, very easy and straightforward, but you need to do it. And it's supposed to be something technical. You can go into advanced PHP configuration. From here, I recommend you that every year, one time each year, you come here and you select one of the recent version of PHP. So PHP is the code used in WordPress to create the WordPress software itself. So you just need to come here every year, just one time, and select not the latest, but one of the latest. So never the latest, but just one. Like for instance here, PHP 8.1, it's fine. And I guess that if I come back here in 6 months, there will be PHP 8.3, 8.4, and you can climb up like this very slowly, 8.2, 8.3, but never the latest, because the latest sometimes can get you into some trouble. So just never be the last, but not the latest one as well. If we come back into WordPress and overview, which is the overview dashboard of your website, you have here a maintenance mode. So if you need to put your website into maintenance mode, you can do so by clicking just here. Don't forget to disable this maintenance mode once your website is ready. So now we can log in to our website. So you can just click here on admin panel, and same from previously, we're gonna be auto logged in to our website. So it's very, very useful, but I want to show you how you can log into your website, of course, without going through a hostinger. So let's click here, admin panel. And by the way, maybe your website is not ready. Maybe you need to wait 5, 10, 15 minutes. Don't be in a rush. So let's say that things are not working properly. First, you have client support from Hostinger, of course. And secondly, well, just wait a little while, not too long, but don't try to log into your website when you just created it 5 minutes ago. So now that we have our website available, so this is your website, your WordPress website. So it's a blank website, and we're gonna fill it with the work we've done in ZipWP. So we can go to plugins again, and now we can click on add new plugin. We're gonna do a search for all-in-one migration. Click on install now, activate. Then let's go for import this time, and we can import from a file, and you can grab the file on your computer. Now it's importing the file, and remember that we're gonna have the credentials from the website we've made on ZipWP onto this website. So it's gonna be the real credentials that you copied. And this is okay, it's almost ready, so it's gonna overwrite everything. This is a complete destructive process, so everything here it's gonna be destroyed, smashed by the backup we have from the original website we want. So let's just click on proceed. So we have two important things to do now. It's almost done, but we have something to do here. Save permalink structure, we're gonna do this together, and review the plugin, which is not something you really need to do. So just click on finish. Now let's refresh and see what happens. So we need to log into this website. So now it's the credential from the first original website we have in Zip. So you're supposed to have the credentials. I told you to keep the credentials around, so we can use them here. Just in case you need it, you can come back here into action and click on login credentials, and you can find again this information. So this is the username and the password you need. Click on login. I know you want to see the result, but first let's do what the plugin asks us to do. So we need to go to settings and permalinks, and we need to just click on a button. Just click on save changes, nothing else, just do that, and we are good to go. So now we can check the results. I want to go on the front end, which is the visitor side. I just need to come here. This is what we call the admin bar that we have over here, and you can jump from the back office to the front end and back and forth like this. So this is the website. So I think the migration is working properly. So we have images takes time to load. I don't know why, but I guess it's just a transition thing. So just wait. And here you have your fresh WordPress installation. So we've used ZipWP to have a very quickly a brand new WordPress website using AI, and now the website is hosted. So everything is set up correctly, and we can now spend time to learn how to use WordPress. Like I said, the basics, just for you to be able to change everything you want to change here. So we're gonna spend some time in WordPress, and then we're gonna come back to AI. Don't worry. So if you want to just go to AI again, you can use the chapters below. But if you need to learn from the very beginning, I suggest that you just keep watching the video. First things first, you need to know how to log into your website. So if you're not logged in Hostinger, you can just log out from the website here. Let's say that you want to come back to your website. So this is your fresh, amazing, stunning website, and you can just add /wp admin just like this. Press enter, and you will land here, and you just need to put your credentials and you can log in again. Also, something very important in Hostinger, you have backups in case you have something going on your website and you need to use a backup. You have backups here in files and backups, so you can come back here, and maybe you won't have backups depending on your plan. So here it's not free. It depends. Usually it can be free, depending on the plans and what you're doing in Hostinger. But just in case you need backups from the server, which is very, very useful, I recommend that you check your backups here. I think weekly backups are free and daily backups are not free. So this is for daily backups, but you can come back here. Maybe if I click on generate new backup, I can do a backup manually. So this is very important to know. In case you make some changes on your website, you want to back up the website first, you can do it in Hostinger, and you have, to my knowledge, you have weekly backups in Hostinger. So just come back in a few days to see the new backups. So how WordPress works. First, you have what we call the back office, which is a place where you can make all your changes, and you have the front end of the website. So you can go back and forth by the admin bar just up here. And if you come back here, so let's check each of the menu, at least the one we are interested in. First is the dashboard. So this is basically trash. You don't really need anything into the dashboard. You don't have anything to do. I can give you a first tip here. You have screen options and you can make some cleaning. So if you want to uncheck everything because it's basically not useful. So you have these screen options everywhere in WordPress. So don't forget about that if you want to have a cleaner version of WordPress for you to work with. And you can close this and basically most of the notices you have in WordPress, you can close them. Sometimes it's important, but most of the time it's not. Then you have the updates part. So you have to update regularly your WordPress websites, everything, WordPress, your theme, and plugins. So plugins, this is the menu you have here, and like I told you, it's like application on your phone. This is to add more features on your website. Then you have the theme of your WordPress website, and this is basically to add more features as well. You just need a theme by default. This is how WordPress works. It's not related to what you're working on. It's not related to your market, your industry, and the thematic of your website. No, it's just about a specific part of your website that you need to take care of, like the header, the footer, and some other parts of the website, like the blog, for instance. All of what I just said is handled by your theme. So you just need to select one good generic theme, and once you have the right one, you can do anything, and it's not really related to the type of website you're working on. So we are using right now the most popular theme in the world, which is called Astra. So you are in good hand. So you don't need to make any change whatsoever regarding the theme. So we are on the update part, and very regularly, like weekly, for instance, weekly is a good frequency. You just need to come here and make updates about the tools you are using on your WordPress website. So if you're using 30 plugins, and if you have different theme installed, you can have multiple themes installed. You just have one activated theme, but you can have more themes that are not activated on the sideline. So usually you just want to keep one around. It's good enough. And for the plugins, you want to keep the bare minimum number of plugins you have on your website, because the more you have plugins, the more you can get into troubles. Basically, this is a shortcut you need to understand and to take. Just less plugin on your website, it's better. As for WordPress, well, you have a new version coming out every now and then, so you just need to come here and update. Don't update right after you have a new version of WordPress coming. Just wait 1 or 2 or 3 weeks, and then you can update. So come here on a weekly basis and update everything. This is how you make sure your website doesn't get into security issues or malware or anything else, okay? So this is the updates part, and it's obviously very important, but you will see it's very easy and straightforward. You just need to click some buttons and just click on update, and that's it. So then you have the Astra menu, which comes from the fact that we have Astra installed. So just leave it like this, nothing to do here. We have a bunch of menus that we are not really interested in. So posts are for a blog, and we're not talking about blogging here. We will talk a little bit about blogging at the end of the video regarding AI, but it's not the point for now. And we have the media tab. The media menu is where you have all your media. So pictures, you can have audio, videos, you can have also a PDF, anything, it will be in the media library. Most of the time you don't really need to come here because you have a faster way to work for your daily workflow. You just go into your pages, you upload an image, and that's it. And the image will be in the media menu, but you don't need to come here first and upload an image to use it elsewhere on your website. Then this is where we're gonna spend the most of our time together. This is the pages. So as you can see, you have already a few key pages that we have generated together: about us, contact us, home, and offering. So we're gonna come back on the pages. Comments, it's mostly related to, well, comments, it's mostly for a blog. Spectra is one of the plugins that is installed. So if we go to plugins, I guess we don't have so many plugins now. So you need to deactivate this one because it's not useful anymore, and you can just delete everything that is not related to what we are doing now. So we just need to leave Spectra activated, and for the rest you can delete. Okay, fine. So we do have an update now, which is supposed to be available if I go to update, right? So let's check together how it works. You just select the plugin and you click on update plugin. Would be the same for WordPress or your theme. Updates, Spectra updated successfully. Great. So Spectra is the one plugin we need because it's being used here on your website to build the website. All your pages are using Spectra blocks. So we have a block paradigm inside WordPress. Everything is made from blocks, and this is how you build your pages. This is how you manage your blog posts as well, and everything. And you do have blocks in WordPress by default, but they are not good enough, and you need more blocks, you need more flexibility. This is why we use a plugin like Spectra. In the free version, it's good enough for us. So if you click on Spectra, you will see the dashboard. If we go to blocks, you have many blocks that are available from within the pages or the post later, but you can toggle on or off every blocks, any blocks you want, sorry. Because sometimes you don't want to use some of the blocks, so you just don't want to have them available. It's not very useful, so you can toggle off some of the blocks later if you want. AI features will be a menu, very useful later. We'll check together what it is. Appearance, you have the theme installed, so if you want to change the theme, you can go from here, click on add new theme and make a search for a new theme. Here I just want to delete all the other theme we have here. So first one here, delete. Okay, this one also I can delete it, and the last one not very useful here, so we just have Astra theme. Okay, the customize part is something we call the customizer. This is where you can modify the header and the footer. This is what we're gonna do in this tutorial. We'll go into the customizer later. Widget is a part in WordPress where you can put some content into a sidebar if you want to have a sidebar. For some websites, you know, you have a blog post, and then on the side, left or right, you can have a sidebar with some content. This is where you need to go if you want to add some content later in your WordPress journey, because when I say later, it's because we don't talk about blogging here. And then you have plugins, and the rest is not very useful for now. You just need to go into settings, permalinks, and be absolutely sure that you have this setting checked, post name, this one. First, you need to set the colors and the font of your website. You can make this decision only once and then spread it across the website from one place in WordPress. This is what we're going to do now. So you probably have colors in your mind about your project right now, and specifically one primary color. So this color, we're gonna set this just one time, and you will be able to use it across every page, every content on your website. And it's going to be the same for fonts. So usually you have just a regular font for your paragraph and all the content on your website. But for the titles of your website, you can have a more design font if you want. So let's do that together, fonts and colors. So we need to go into the customizer. Click on here, appearance and customize. From this place, you can go into global, and you have typography and colors. This is the two spots you need to be aware of if you want to be efficient when you work on your website, because of course you can set fonts and colors in every part of your website by just going into each of the blocks, and for each of the block, I want this font, I want this color, but it's not very efficient because you can just set these once in one spot and use it, like I said, across the website. So first, let's go on colors. You have a global palette, and you can just switch from one palette to another if you want. But if we stick to the first one, you can modify your colors from here. These colors are your palette that is being used across your website. So I recommend that you stick with the palette like it's done already. Just put your primary color into the first two colors here. You can put some red, yellow, anything. For instance, I would prefer to use some kind of red. Same for here, some kind of red also. So red is better for a fast food website. And then don't forget that here also you can go on the red side for me, for instance. Okay, same for here. This is very easy to manage here. I just need to move around a bit the cursor. Same for here, red. This is all the different colors from my palette now is derived from red. So it's very, very easy. If you just do that, it's going to be very easy to handle the colors of your website, because I don't want to spend too much time on color science. Okay, the last one, and now it's done. So we are using red across the website. Sounds great to me. And now you can just click on publish, and we can go back to typography now. And if you want to have, you have different presets here also, but basically you need to be aware of these two, body font and heading font. So body font, it's just a regular font that's going to be used in, let's say, paragraphs. So you don't want to be fancy here, just stick with a very basic font. Like you can just don't change anything for now. You can use Arial, maybe something else, but usually I don't play around with body fonts. I just want to make some changes for the headings font, because the headings is where you can do the fancy stuff if you want to try something regarding your branding for your project now. So you can try things with the font weight. Like for instance, this is not very readable to me, but at least you can try. This is too much, of course, but you can try some fancy fonts only for the headings and not for the rest of your website. Okay, good. So now you can publish. So just take a few minutes to set your typography and colors here, and you're going to work a lot faster for your website. Now I can just leave the customizer and let's go into our pages. So now you need to learn how you can make some changes on your page. So click on any page, like the home page, for instance, and let's see how things works. So this is the WordPress editor. Sometimes it's been called Gutenberg, but it's just the WordPress editor itself. This is the page builder native to WordPress, and it's all made from blocks. So everything that I click on is basically a block. You can check the breadcrumbs just below here, because it's very useful if you want to understand where you're clicking. So this is all made of blocks. This is an image block, a title blocks, and you have the building block of your pages, which is called a container. So this is usually it's the most parent block that you're using to break down the page. This is my first section, this is my second section, third section. So this is one section, for instance. You have a red color on the background, and this is a container. All the pages are made from containers, and you have one container inside another one, and this is how you break down the page. This is just blocks. Again, I'm talking about blocks everywhere, but it's basically how you need to understand how you build a website and how you can manage it, even from the content level, like a title, a paragraph, a button. This is all blocks, but these are different blocks, of course, each time. So you can use the breadcrumbs below, and also if I click here, you have the list view, and you can understand better how your page is structured and how is the layout. Okay, so this is how you can check every block. You can see that usually you have the container block that is the structure of your page, and then you have content inside the containers. Okay, so if you want to make some changes, just click on the title and you can modify everything just from here. Same for image here. If I click on image, you can click on replace. So you have the floating menu here with each block, or you have the panel on the right. So you can show this panel on, like, just need to click here and make sure you are in the right tab. You have two tabs, page and block. And if you are on the block tab, you are in the right one. Then each time you click somewhere, you have basically three tabs again. You have general, style, and advanced. So you need to spend most of your time in general. This is about the content, and style, which is about the style. So style can be about fonts, colors, spacing, stuff like this. So style, general, each time I click here, general, style. Same for here, I have a button. So I have some settings for the button into the content, like the link of the button, and style, which is all about style for the button. So here I don't have anything because they said inherit from theme. Button is same, like for instance, we saw fonts and colors, and we decided to set them globally. We can do the same with buttons. You can have global buttons. So same place like fonts and colors. You have global buttons, and then you can say, well, inherit from the theme. So if you don't want to do that, or if you don't want to go deeper into the understanding of how you can work efficiently, and you just want to go faster, maybe because it's too much complicated for you, you can just toggle off this and go to style, and you have all the settings for a button, and you can change the the shape of the button, the color, the font style, and so on. But if you want to inherit from the theme, it's very, very useful, like the fonts and colors, because you can save time. So now you know how you can modify a page from the content perspective, just the text and the images. Be aware that you have different type of blocks. So this is an info box block, and the info box block is a block with different parts, different key components. You have a title, a paragraph, and a call to action. This is one block. Sometimes you can have block like just the title, the paragraph, and a button, but if you merge all of them into one block, they have made what they call an info box block with more options, of course, like for instance, if I want to have an icon, an image. So you need to spend time into the different tabs, general, style, and see what you can do. From there, if you want to add more content, you can click on the plus and you have all the blocks here, and you can drag and drop them or just click on one of them. If you want a countdown, if you want an icon, if you want a counter, I can do anything I want. Like I can take a counter and put it here, and then I have a counter, and you have all the different settings from the counter in here into general and style. And for instance, if it's too big, you have here the width of the countdown. This is into style, so everything is always in general for the content and style for the style, the size of the things, the colors, the spacings, and so on. So here, if I want to make some changes in the background, I select the right block. Don't forget, if you are not sure where you are, to use the breadcrumb. So I have this container, and then I have the bigger container, and this is where we have the red background. And if I go to style, I do have my color right here. This is this red. Great. Okay, so this is how you can make some changes in your page. So now I just want to show you how you can add more content, of course. So you have two ways to add more content. First, you want to add more content by yourself. So if we start from raw blocks together, let's go here. I press enter because it allows me to go in between the two sections here. And first, you always need to have the building block, the most important part of your page, which is a container. So if I click here, then I have the layout I want. So I can select any type of layout. I can just go for a simple 3 columns layout, the third one. And from there, you have all the different settings from like the rest of the other blocks. But here it's a little bit different because you have more settings because it's a container. So you just need to understand how a container works. And you have the width of the container, the width of the content, everything is here, and the style to go for some color in the background or even an image or a video in the background. You can do anything, and then you can just click inside the container to add some blocks. And if you want to add anything, just make a search. Like if I want to add an image, I can search for an image. So be careful about what block you're picking, because you have the native blocks from WordPress, which are usually bare bones, so to speak. And you have the blocks from Spectra, the only plugin we have installed. You can select the right one, just check for the color pattern. You can see that it's a little bit different. You have a light blue, and it's a little bit bigger, a little bit softer. And this is the icons from Spectra. It's usually better because you have a lot more control over what you're doing. So always pick the Spectra blocks. If you are new, if you're a beginner, just don't think about it and just select Spectra blocks. But if we keep building the page like this, this is more work, and usually you need to take care of the responsive design part of your website. What we call a responsive design is just that your design is perfectly adapted to mobile, tablet, and any kind of device. So this is design that is responsive, and you have to do the work. But you have another way of building your page, and you almost have no work on the responsive design part. This would be to use the template kits. So I delete this, and you have the template kits right here. Now let's use the magic of AI. So we need to click on the first obvious button, which is generate content with AI. We're gonna feed the AI with our information about our business. So let's click on it, and let's try again the same workflow that we did a moment ago. So I am a restaurant, I click on continue. My restaurant name is Fast Good Kitchen. I'm gonna prove the same prompt, or you can try the prove using AI, create with AI first and then improve using AI. But because this prompt is already made from AI, I'm gonna leave it like this and click on continue. You could ask yourself, why do we put again this information? But this is because it's all gonna be used by the design library and not Zip itself, but this is within WordPress for the design library. So all the different sections we've seen, not the section, but the patterns, and as well as the pages, all of them are gonna be tailored using AI. So it's very, very useful. Let's click on continue. I think eventually from here we will be able to upload our own images, but for now I just want to leave these images. It's perfectly fine for me. Let's click on continue and let's click on regenerate content. The work being done here is really crazy because they are doing all the work for us from the design library. They are generating the content. They are putting the right images, the right titles. It's not obviously the right images, but you get my point. I mean, it's so much work, so much heavy lifting doing by AI. It's kind of amazing to me. You can see that they are going into each of the different patterns. So personalizing portfolio, galleries, then it's going to be, yes, testimonials, pricing, FAQ. Let's see the results. So it seems that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't for the titles of the paragraphs, for instance. So sometimes it definitely works. If you go into about, this is really for a restaurant, the story behind Fast Good Kitchen, and I think they are writing something. Yes, they are definitely writing something. So obviously, oh, that's too bad. You cannot click on them just to zoom in to see what is written, but never mind. It's definitely burger images, some customized titles and text about the restaurant. So this is working pretty great. Like you can see here, this is about burgers and salads. This is delightful culinary creation. No, it's working. It's really working. Just for the hero part, it's just a filler title, Unleash Your Need for Speed, which is not really related to a restaurant, obviously. But otherwise, I think it's pretty good. Unleash your fast food adventure, why not? Burger, salad sensation, wrap wonderland, fingerling chicken. So obviously you have your menu, you have your items, you have your ingredients from your restaurant. So you need to fill all the content with your information, but otherwise it works. So this is all made from AI, and you have the patterns, and you can insert any patterns you want to build your page from scratch using AI a lot faster. And also you have the pages part, generate content for pages. So we can try. I have many credits, so let's go for it. I'm gonna spend 5,000 credits, so it's not gonna be from the free version. So let's go. You can skip if you just want to have very basic pages that are not tailored for you, but if you want to try AI, I want to try AI, let's go. So I tried AI from Kadence AI, and from what I see here in ZipWP with Spectra, the Spectra plugin, I think this is a lot better than what I've tried in Kadence AI. So I really like Kadence products, but if you want my honest opinion, for now, I really prefer the Zip solution with Spectra plugin compared to what we have now at Kadence AI. But just so you know, obviously WordPress is an ecosystem. You have many more options, many more tools to play with, and you have another one which is very popular called Kadence. The alternative to Spectra blocks is Kadence blocks. And for ZipWP in Kadence ecosystem, you have Kadence AI, which is built within Kadence blocks. So if you want to try Kadence AI to see different solutions, different options, you can try, but ZipWP is really more interesting to me. So this is working. Just so you know, there is a glitch, a bug. Each time it's just stay stuck in personalizing undefined, and this is a bug because this is brand new what I'm showing you. So you can just close this pop-up and pretend it's done. And yes, we have the pages from using AI, many pages that we can use. I mean, this is really crazy because we have full pages with text, images, with our colors, with everything, and we can check for the other pages like services, delicious meals on the go. And yes, it's working really great. Like check this page. You have You have the different items of your menus, and you have amazing images. Too bad that we can't keep the images because it wouldn't be the images of your restaurant, but these are really good, very good pictures, very good images. You can see with the little lightning over here that you can also do one by one each of the different categories within the pages or the patterns. Same for both. You can just click here and click on personalize if you don't want to use your credit for all the patterns and all the pages. Also, you need to know about the different styles here. You can switch the styles if you want to have some very eye-catchy sections. Usually it's somewhere in your page where you really want to drive attention into the page. So you can select the red, the very heavy red background like this. And you can switch pattern from all the different categories of your designs here: white, light red, and very heavy red. Same for the page, you have two options here, and let's click on kit. For the kit part, it's not related to AI, it's just about options we have from the design library, from Spectra, from Astra theme, so you can try different templates, but this is not using AI. This is just tools we have for years in WordPress, sort of templates, kits to start off with a lot faster, because you are already using a website already done, which are very, very amazing, very beautiful. So if you want to try kits, you can click and try kits by all means. And now if we come back to patterns, well, if I want to just insert one of the patterns, I click on one of them like this one, and I click on insert. Okay, so let's go down the page, or maybe not at the bottom of the page. It's this section, delightful culinary creation. Burgers, salads, sandwiches, everything is here. So this is all made using AI, so it's very, very fast to work with. You just need to come here, and if you don't change anything to the layout and you just change the images and the text, you don't need to think about responsive design. So it's a lot faster to work like this. If you really want to use AI to go to speedrun the website creation process, I recommend that you use the tools we are using now together, just so you are able to build a website that is really amazing to you, tailored to you, and it's just a very short span, like just a few hours. So I click on update, and if I want to come back to the page listing, I click on view pages from here. And if you want to build a new page from scratch, but well, not really from scratch, you click on add new page. You give it a title like new page. For now, good for me. And I click on template kits, and I can jump into pages, and I can insert one of the pages if I want to start from one of these pages, or I can go into patterns, and I just need to insert one pattern at a time and build a page like this. So I have the full layout of my page using the different type of section one at a time, and then you can populate the content with your own text, images, and stuff. So let's try just once together. I want to insert a hero. Good. Then I can just come back to the template kits and go for services. And I'm going to insert this one. Okay, then I can come back to template kits again and try why choosers section. And this section can be good enough for me. Insert. Okay, so it's not the right spot for me into the page, so I just want to change the order. I select the bigger block possible, which is a container here, and you have a little arrows here. I can move down. Okay, sounds great to me. And we can come back here, really click here. This way you're pretty sure where the section is being inserted. Template kits, and let's go for some call to action, like here, call to action, good. And this one, insert. Okay, so now we have a full layout for this brand new page about whatever you want. Just now come here, click on the different images, change the images, change the text. About the button, colors, fonts, like we said, it's just being set up globally, so you can work faster this way. So come back to the part of the video where I talk about colors and fonts, and you will see it's the same for buttons if you want to try. And you just need to click on publish. Okay, now you have a new page. So now I just need to show you how you can modify the menu here. So before we jump into header and footer, because we need to do that, so I'm going to show you how you can make some changes in this part of your website. You have the menu, so if you go to appearance menu, you can insert any pages you want into your menu and also reorder the items. So if you want to have about us, before home, or if you want to have offering as a sub menu of about us, you just need to do an increment like this, or I can come back, or I can change the order. So it's pretty easy to understand and to cope with. So you have the menu here. I can select my new page, click on add to menu, and leave it like this. Click on save menu. You always need to click on save menu. And if I come back here, I will have my brand new page by clicking on new page. And this is a new page without any work, but it's already a page like feels professional and filled with information about a real life restaurant, if you know what I mean. So this is really great. This is really because of AI. You just need to hide the page title. So click on edit page. You have the button. You can go into any of the page you want into your website. And each time you have a shortcut here, you can click on edit page. It's just faster to work this way. And then on the new page here, I can click on the little I here, click on update. I refresh. Now the title is hidden. Okay, so now about the header and the footer. We need to jump into the customizer. So let's click on customize here. You have several places where you can come from if you want to work with the customizer. If you're in the back office, you can click on appearance, customize. I think Astra and customize is also for jumping to the customizer. And also if you are in the front end of your website here and you're logged in, of course, because we are logged in, this is why we have the admin bar here. Otherwise, our visitors don't have the admin bar, of course. And you click here on customize, same, we jump into the customizer. So this is a customizer. We were into global typography and colors earlier, and you have buttons here. And now we have the header builder and the footer builder. So first we click on the header builder, and you have the header builder below here, and you can just move things around. You can click on the little plus and add some content. So I don't want to go too deeper into this part. The point here is just for you to be able to modify the logo of your website, because you need to go here to modify the logo, and the button as well. If you want to make some change to the button, like just delete the button or change the text, URL, anything. So you just need to click on the different items like the button, the menu, the logo, and you will have all the different settings on the left. So for the button, you have the label of the button, the link, and you have two tabs each time, general and design. So it should remind you about the blocks, kind of similar. So general is about the content and design is about the design, colors, font, spacing. So you can make some changes if you want here. I recommend that you don't touch anything because it's really great like this, and the point of this tutorial is just to go faster, the fastest way possible. And the fastest way possible is to leave a good, very regular header like this with a call to action, a menu, and a logo on the left. But if you want to play around, you can, let's say, take the logo, put it here, and you will have your logo with a subheader like this, and you can take the menu and put it at the center, and you have the logo here and the menu below and the call to action here, or even in the subheader if you want. So just to show you that you can really move things around and use the header builder this way. So for now, we just want to modify the logo, and for the rest, I recommend that you pretty much don't touch anything. But this is, in a nutshell, the header builder. It's a very visual fashion to work with the header builder in a team like Astra. It's going to be the same with the footer. So before the logo, because logo we're gonna use AI. So I just want to come back here and click on footer builder, and you have a footer builder. You have some part here. It's very light. It should just have the copyright here, this part. You can also click on the little pencil if you want. And you can add anything you want into the footer anywhere. This is a footer builder, same like the header, and you can also click on the different levels. If you want to modify the levels, let's say you want to have more columns into the level, the first one, the one below, I mean, copyright, it's only one column and copyright is in the center. like we see here, but maybe you want 4 columns. So you have 4 columns, now you have 4 parts, and you can move things around between 4 different columns. Let's come back to 1 column. It's a little different from the header, because if I click on the pencil here, now the header builder is available. And if I click on the wheel to make some changes to the level, you don't have a column layout for the header. It's just a little bit different. You have more freedom, more control in the footer, because the truth is, in the footer you can just drag and drop any block you want. This is possible. I don't want to show you now because I want to go faster toward the end of the video with the AI stuff, but you can modify everything in the footer and just drag and drop different blocks if you want. You will need to click on one of the plus and select widget here. And this is going to give you the power of using blocks in the footer. And you cannot use blocks straight into the header, at least not like this, not in the free version of Astra. You do have some options with some tools, but not for now, okay? So let's click on publish once you have made some changes into the header or the footer, and let's jump into the logo. So now I think it's time to talk about how you can supercharge your WordPress website using AI for the content, the text, the images, the logo, and more stuff. So let's start with the logo. So we're gonna use ChatGPT to create our logo. Of course, if you have your own logo, feel free to skip this part of the video. I just want to show you how you can use AI if you don't have any logo and you don't want to use any micro stock online to buy or to rent free a logo. You can use AI, obviously. Let's see what we can do together using ChatGPT 4. So it means that it's a paid version of ChatGPT. You cannot use the free version because we need DALL-E, and DALL-E is a image generation tool, that we have built in ChatGPT 4. So you need the paid version, but if you just want to pay for 1 month to create a logo, well, it's still a lot cheaper than working with a web designer. So it's not as easy as it is to work with a real web designer in real life, because the web designer, well, it's a human, so you can have some conversation about what you want. And here with an AI, well, you can have good results. Usually for 90% of the people, you don't have great results. You just have a good enough result, because it's hard to deal with. Sometimes it doesn't understand, sometimes it doesn't work well, sometimes it's not exactly what you want. And it's just a piece of software. It's not a real human being. So obviously you don't have the same result with a real human being. And I recommend you to, maybe if you're very, very serious about your project, to work with a web designer. I think it's still a lot better than AI. Maybe AI will get a lot further down the road and go a lot further in terms of quality, logo, images, everything. But for now, it's not really the case yet. So what can we do with ChatGPT to build a logo? First, we need a prompt for the logo, and I'm not really sure what the best prompt to make to create a logo. So we're gonna use AI to create the prompt that we are going to use after with AI to generate a logo. So let's try ChatGPT 4 to build from scratch a prompt. I'm gonna ask it to generate me a prompt for a logo for a fast food website. Okay, let's try this prompt. So I need a text prompt for a logo I'm going to use on my brand new fast food website. It is called Fast Good Kitchen. I want a burger at the main graphic of the logo. Generate me a quality prompt to use within ChatGPT 4. Do not forget, I'm talking to you, not ChatGPT. Do not forget to add something like this if you want to use ChatGPT 4 to generate you a prompt and not the image yet. Do not forget this sentence, because the first time I did it, he wanted to just generate the image straight out of the box, which is not what I want yet. So now we can press enter and see the result. Certainly. Okay, so let's check it out. So as you can see, he's generating a lot more details and characteristic features for the logo. I think it can make great, at its better results than if you just ask without all these little details, but you can still split test and see if you notice any improvement or different results. But I always want to go for a better quality prompt. So let's try this. I'm gonna copy this prompt, and now we can go to a new conversation and I can paste this and he's going to generate an image. Okay, working on it. So this is the first result. So it's not perfect. This is something we could use because it feels like a regular cheap logo that we see in fast food restaurant. Not so much flat design, not very modern, neat, elegant, in my opinion, but we can use it for the kind of restaurant we would want to use. And maybe we can try some different prompts, or we can try to iterate with him. Let's try something different. And also you can see that we don't really have fast good kitchen written here. So I can just ask him that I want fast good kitchen written into the logo. If I just ask for this, he's gonna make a whole new different logo, even though I didn't ask. So I'm just gonna try this. Okay, please write fast good kitchen inside my logo and you will see the result. It's gonna be a different logo. Okay, so now I don't have my burger, so I need to ask again. I know it's not perfect. I'm not a prompt master. We can do better here, but you still need to understand that it's far from perfect. So even though we like to use generative AI just for the sake of using generative AI, sometimes you do better by just using library, microstocks online, or work with a real web designer. But I'm going to try again. Okay, I want fast good kitchen with my burger logo as well. If it was a really intuitive UI UX, I think it would have understand from the very beginning that I want the same logo with fast good kitchen. And so this is why I told you I'm not a prompt master, but still I think it's not just on me and it's part on the software. It should be just easier and more intuitive to work with. So this is the result, and it's a lot worse than the first one. The first one is more vibrant. So I may want to create another one again. So I'm just gonna use this prompt. I'm gonna copy and paste the prompt and try again. And in the end, I will have something to work with, I promise you. Oh no, he really did the same. Okay, so I need to do a different prompt. Give me a different version of it, more colorful. Okay, so we can try to ask now about using more red color inside the logo. Oh my god. Okay, so I have a better one actually, because I tried already before doing this tutorial. I tried and I can show you the result. It was better than what we have here. So let me show you. This was the result I had previously before this tutorial. So some glitch, like you can see it's written fast good kitchen, so I'm not sure how to pronounce it. So this is definitely a mistake, but this is just to show you that this logo is I think a lot better than what we had during the few attempts we did together. So let me just use this one. I'm going to use this logo. You can try and iterate on your side on ChatGPT to have the logo you want. And I'm just going to show you, because you can just grab the result like this. You click on the logo you want to use and you can download it. And you just need to use an online tool to remove the background. So you can try this website. It's completely free to use. For a logo, it's good enough and it works really well. So you can just drag and drop your image here on this website and you will have a PNG format with a transparent background, so you can use your logo on your website. So I can try with the logo we did together and you see it works really, really damn well. So do not hesitate to use this website. You can also use this logo straight to a new project within Canva software if you want. I'm just gonna download the logo because this is the free version. You have some limitations, but this is really enough for me, 500 by 500 pixels. So I download this logo and now we can jump into WordPress and find our logo on your computer. So you can click on select logo. So you really need to select the logo here. You can click either here or here on the little pencil and select logo, and then you can select the file on your computer. So I use my favorite one with the background, the transparent background. It's important. You can skip cropping. You don't want to do that. And okay, so you have the logo width first. So we can just make it a little less big, and you can also remove the title. So I select my site title and I just delete the site title. Okay, so now we have the header with our logo that we created using AI. So okay, it's fine, and we have the same spirit, I think, from the logo on the website works. Of course, the logo is a little bit cheap in terms of design compared to a pretty modern website. So the logo is far from perfect, but at least I showed you the way to use AI and specifically DALL-E if you want to create a logo. So now you understand how you can create a logo. Well, you can do the same for images. So I have to tell you that for images, it's pretty much the same. You can create images using DALL-E and software like Midjourney and so on, but usually it's quite hard to get exactly what you want. So you can try, you can split test, you can try to have different kind of illustration for your website, different kind of images, background images, illustration, like certain type of images. You can try to generate all of these images from software like ChatGPT. It will work to an extent, but maybe it will not reach your expectations. So just keep in mind that it's still a lot easier to work today with libraries, online libraries of free or not free images like Pixabay or the search engine called Pexels. It's a lot easier to work with these tools than to use Midjourney or ChatGPT to get the image you want. So let's try at least once. I want some handmade French fries drawing to use on the background of my fast food website on a white background. Let's see the result with a very simple prompt. Okay, so I think my prompt is not good enough because I have written handmade and I was talking about the drawing itself. I don't know exactly what he understood, but anyway, we still have fries on a white background, and if this is something that you want to use to give some peps to your website, you can still try to use this French fries and put it on some background of some of the sections of your website. I mean, it works. This is good. This is good image. So as you can see, you can try for just I think it's about $20. And for just $20 in ChatGPT, you can try to generate as many images as you want to work with on your website. So this is really interesting in my opinion. Maybe image generation is not at its prime time yet because it's hard sometimes to get the results you want. Maybe with some more user-friendly software with some modifiers from the prompt, maybe we'll have a lot better tools and software in 2024. I hope so. I think we will. But this is still a very, very good start, and I recommend you to at least try to get the images that you want with AI. What about generating all the content of your website? I mean, all the pages, even blog posts if you want to have a blog and feed the blog without too much effort. All your content can be generated using AI, and it's a lot better than image, believe me. And well, don't believe me, let me just show you. So we do have AI features from within a WordPress website. You can go on Spectra and AI features to have some explanations of what we are going to do or to be able to do. But first, let's jump into just the generation of some content. If you need some text from your pages, from your post, if I go to pages and to my homepage, you will see that you have pretty neat tools to use to be very, very productive with your website without thinking too much about what to write. Well, the AI can do that for you. So if you click anywhere into text, like a title, a paragraph, you have the ZipWP logo, which is called here an AI assistant. So you can either click here or you can click here. The difference is that you have from there a whole assistant to assist you with pretty much anything, and it's for generating content, but it's also to ask him about some question you could have for your WordPress website, how to modify this, how to fix that, and so on. We're gonna talk about that later. But from here, you can ask about anything, and you can ask him to write some piece of text, or if you are on a blog post, you can write a prompt here to generate an entire blog post using AI from here without going anywhere, by just staying in your WordPress website. The more interesting part is when you click into one of these blocks, for example, the title, or here, this text and you click on ZipWP, he's going to include some content to modify the prompt or what you're asking. So he has more context, and you can, for instance, just ask him to write something different here, or you can just start from the content itself and just ask him about making it longer, making it shorter, fix grammar. You can translate into another language or change the tone of the paragraph. So if I ask him to make it longer, he's gonna do some work, but we can just do better than that. You can ask him again to make it longer. And if you want to do it again, well, be my guest, do it again. Okay, so now it's very, very long. And as you can see, you didn't do any work besides just clicking on a button, and you have a full paragraph. Satisfy your cravings with an extensive selection of irresistibly delicious burgers, refreshing salads. Okay, so now I can just click on use this, and it's going to insert the text right within this paragraph block. And you can do that anywhere on your website within the block editor. So you can click on the title, the different part of your website, here. I'm not sure it works. Yes, it works here. Within the info box block, it works also. And you can click here. You can click anywhere where you have text. Let's say I want to click here, and then it can grab the context. The context is just wrap. And you can again make it longer, shorter, fit the grammar, change the tone, or this is just shortcuts. But basically you can ask whatever you want from this prompt box, this field here. How can I help you? So this is a very, very efficient way to work on your content on your website from within WordPress without going anywhere. And it's just an amazing tool to use to go very, very fast with the content of your page. Alternatively, you can of course use ChatGPT. It works pretty well, but you don't have the same convenience here. So you can either use ZipWP or ChatGPT if you have the pro version of ChatGPT, GPT-4. ChatGPT-4 is really interesting to generate content. I did it a few times to generate whole pages of text. And you have to give as much context as possible. You say about what topic is the website, what page are you generating, what information you want on that page. Give it as much details and context as possible, and he will be able to generate whole pages without too much effort here either. So it's very interesting to use. But again, you have the convenience of a ChatGPT within your WordPress website if you use Zip, and it's even easier to use Zip because you have the modifiers, you are from within the block editor, you have context. So it's really a great tool to use. Let's check the post menu and create a new post, and we can just do a quick draft using ZipWP if you want to write a blog post. Why burgers are good for health? Okay, let's try. We're gonna challenge the AI and see if you can write first an outline. So this is the first step using AI generally. If you want to generate a whole blog post using AI, don't ask straight, generate me a blog post, blah, blah, blah. No, ask first to have an outline of a blog post, because it's a lot better to work like this. So you want to have an outline of the blog post, and then you will use AI from the different part of the blog post using the outline to generate part 1, part 2, part 3, and you will have a lot better results doing this way. Okay, I press enter and let's see how it goes. Okay, so we do have an outline, introduction, A, B, part 2, A, B, this is really, okay, we have the second part, then A, then 1. You don't have to use everything, so let's copy this and close, and I'm gonna paste this. So this is a mistake. It shouldn't be a code block because it has been inserted like it was code, but it's not. So you can just try to copy this again and maybe put it elsewhere like this. So it's not really important because you just want an outline. So now we have an outline, so we can work from that. And you have the introduction. So if you press enter, you can then work from another paragraph block. Same for A and B. So I press enter, I have another block. From now, I can say that introduction here is a heading like an H2. If we take the hierarchy from what Zip offered me, and for A, it's a heading but it's a H3, so you don't have to say A or 1. I don't want the A, and I don't want the hook either, so it's just everyone loves a good burger, but did you know that burgers can actually be good for your health? And yes, so of course, titles, you want the headings, you want them to be shorter. And actually, you can use ZipWP and ask it to make it shorter like this. I mean, you can use AI for really everything, but you can, of course, do some work yourself. And then you can just clear chat and toggle off. You can just generate the different parts of the blog post using AI, like first part and second part, third part. And ChatGPT is really good for that as well, because you have the whole conversation, so it has the whole context from the whole conversation. Unfortunately, I deleted the chat too soon, because from the outline, and I can copy and paste the whole outline into the AI again, but from the outline, then you can ask Zip, okay, so now I want you to write me the first part, the introduction. Write me an introduction. Then write me the second part. I want 1, 2, 3 paragraphs. I want 300, 400, 500 words for this part, for this part, this part. Give it as much context as possible. He needs the outline first, and then ask him about the different parts. And you can write a whole blog post within ZipWP with ease. So it's very, very useful. And ZipWP is really a nice tool to generate the content of your page and post. What else could you do? I'm going to show you a very nice, very original example of what you can do with Zip. So if I create a new page, and let's say I want to have some legal notice for my website. So I'm not going to give you any legal advice, because I don't even know where you live when you watch the video. I live in France. Anyway, I just want to show you how you can use AI to generate some legal stuff when it's not too much to bear for an AI. Let's say it's a very basic page, like you want a very easy and very simple legal notice. I tried in French, and it works really well. I mean, you can definitely use it, no problem whatsoever, at least in French, and at least for the type of page I'm talking about. Maybe this is different. Maybe you have different rules where you live, so take my advice with a grain of salt. But let's say I want to generate a legal notice. Then I'm put here, I open ZipWP, and I can ask for a legal notice to the AI. Generate me a legal notice for my website with blanks to fill. It's important to say the blanks, because you just want to have some space then to put your information. What is your hosting? What is your website about? Your contact, and so on. So now I click on write for me. I click on copy and close, and I paste the result, and we have legal notice. So you just need to fill the blanks, and you have a page ready to go. But we're not done yet, because you can do more than that with ZipWP and with AI with your WordPress website. You can have an assistant 24/7 available straight from your WordPress website, which is called, well, ZipWP. And you can ask anything you want. If you need help, if you want to generate some code, some custom PHP snippets, you can do that. If you want some help with customization on your website, you can ask him advice. You can ask for help. If you have some bug, if you need some troubleshooting assistant, you can ask AI about a specific issue that you have and asking for advice, or where you should go on your website, where is the specific settings hidden on your website. You can ask anything. This is truly an AI assistant. If we go back to Spectra and AI features, you can see at a glance what you will be able to do. So you have the craft compelling content part, and we saw that together you can craft content with ZipWP for your page, for your post, legal notice, a blog post, anything. You have the library completely customized, so this is a personalized template part. AI-powered block patterns, so they are trying to put ZipWP anywhere they can. And you have a WordPress wizardry, so this is what I was just telling you. You can ask for different kind of questions about anything, if it's related to WordPress, and it can provide help from within your WordPress website. It's really great. You have the custom pages. We saw that with the patterns. You can also try to generate some custom code. If you need some CSS or PHP snippets, anything you can try. And for the WordPress wizardry, let's do an example together. I am on one of my page. I can open ZipWP. This is not Zip, sorry, up Zip. And now let's say I have some sort of issue on my website. Okay, so done. I'm gonna ask him a question. I have weird URLs on my website with dates and other numbers. I want plain text with very short and nice URLs. I want plain text and very short, yes, and nice URLs on my website. What can I do? Okay, write for me. And he's gonna provide for some help. I know sometimes I say it, he, him. I'm not even sure what I'm talking about. This is a software. This is not some dude. If you want to have clean and user-friendly URLs on your website, there are a few steps you can take. Use descriptive keywords. Okay, so this is kind of obvious. I want better results. Okay, keep it short. Implement 301 redirects. So he didn't provide the advice I wanted, which is the permalink structure. The first time I tried, it was working really well, both in French and English. I can try again. But my links are too long and weird. I cannot modify them. Why? Okay, so no, it didn't provide the advices I wanted for you guys. Sorry, it was about permalink structures. First time I did it, it worked. And it works twice, both in French and English. So here it's not exactly the kind of advices I want, but maybe it suits you. Maybe this is what you wanted out of your prompt. So you have to try and try again. You know, it's just AI. You can try to modify the prompt, ask from a different perspective, and you will have different results. So you can try. Anyway, what you need to understand is that you have an AI assistant for your WordPress life in general from within your website. So this is very useful, and I'm really glad I can have an assistant like this on a daily basis. I can ask for help. Sometimes I can ask for just quick advice, how to modify something, or just some text from within a page. I want just the AI to do the work for me. So like I showed you earlier, so it's really, really great. And this is all you can do with ZipWP. You can also, like I said, use the AI to generate some code, some PHP or CSS code. So if you need just some customization with a few pieces of PHP, generate them from your WordPress website. Don't go anywhere else. It works really great from here. Let's do a quick try. I want a PHP snippet to put my website in maintenance mode. So let's try that together and see. Okay, certainly here is a simple PHP snippet that you can use to put your website in maintenance mode. So you can copy this PHP snippet and paste it in your custom snippet plugin if you have one, or a child theme if you use a child theme, let's say. But you can see that you can generate code within your website with AI. So really about an assistant, help, troubleshooting, generating code, generating content, generating pages. You can do pretty much anything. The sky is the limit here, or at least for now, the limit is what you can get from AI, but it's still very, very good and really useful in my opinion in 2024. So this is what I wanted to show you during this tutorial. I wanted to take you to a journey from scratch, from a blank page or from just a free software like Zip to build a website and to use AI along the way. Each time we could use AI, we did. We did it for generating the whole website. We did it for generating some content. We did it to extend the website to have more pages, more patterns, sections. We can extend the website all using AI without too much effort. Then we can write the content using AI with Zip. Then we can just have AI as an assistant. If you have any sort of question, if you need help within your website, then you can also troubleshoot anything that's going on your website with AI, and also generating code snippets using AI. And you can also try to use AI to generate images. I think it's not an easy piece of cake now, but you can still try to do it. And if you need a logo, and you have something in mind and you want to try AI to generate a logo, well, you can try. So overall, I think we can use AI at pretty much every step of the website creation process. And I think AI is definitely going to disrupt the way we are building websites. Maybe not now completely, but I think 6 months from now, even a year or 2 years from now, I think we're gonna have so many powerful tools like this that is going to change things. definitely. So this is just the very beginning, but it works pretty well already. So I really look forward to have more tools, more freedom, more flexibility, more opportunities and options in the market. So let me know what you think about all this into the comment section. If you have any question, please feel free to ask the different question down below to the comments, and I will see you in the next tutorial. So if you enjoyed watching this tutorial, well, click the like button to support my work, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed already. I will see you in the next tutorial about WordPress, maybe AI, maybe not, but it's all related to WordPress on this channel. So if you want to improve on WordPress, well, I could only suggest you to subscribe to this channel. See you on the next one. Bye.